Let's get it. Come on in the house. Come on in the house. And welcome to News Jack City. All right, y'all know the drill. You know the drill. I need to know who's in the building. Well, actually, what I need to know is can you hear and see me? Because y'all know I don't wait around too long before we launch into this thing. So make sure you let me know if you can see and hear me so we can get rocking and popping. Don't rockin', don't stopping. No rockin', don't stop. I'm taking and talking. I have no idea why I'm just, what is it, Planet Rock? I think that's what it is. So, yeah, I want to make sure. Okay, Emily says she can see and hear me. Well, let's get to it. What we're going to do is get to it. I am TJ Mercer, mostly known as the chief noisemaker of Media Mavericks Academy, where I teach authors, experts, coaches, and entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without a publicist and without being a celebrity. And I'm also known as the walking exclamation point. I don't know why, because, hey, Sharon, I don't know why, because, I'm kind of low key toned down. But I have receipts to back up that I am who I say I am, and I do what I say I can do because I teach authors, experts, coaches, and entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without a publicist and without being a celebrity. Because I spent about, we're going on 30 years now working on some of the biggest TV shows and films in the game. And so my Mavericks are always booking themselves. So here on Tuesday, I sit here and we talk headline hooks to get you booked. And so newsjacking is the premise. Hi, Miss Barbara. Newsjacking is the premise where we launch off from because newsjacking is that one principle that can get you on TV in less than 24 hours. In some cases, less than 12 hours is my record. But newsjacking is the art of taking a uh, current event or a something that popped off in social media, and you want to hijack it for your business, your book, and your brand to inject yourself into the conversation. So you can get all of the information, the breakdown of newsjacking at newsjackthat.com. Just grab my free quick read book. It won't take you long to read it so that you can start newsjacking. All right. So let's get into some headline. But tonight, I actually want to have more of a discussion around some things that have happened that I'm seeing people make mistakes. And for some people, that may be okay. But for the people who rock in my orbit and you want to, use the media to explode your brand, I want to make you aware of how to look at and how to handle some of the things that I was like, okay, people are going off. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara says she loves my glasses. Thank you. I have to do some videos uh, after I'm done here. So I had to kind of get dressed and be a little bit more presentable. What am I looking for? Oh, this one. Okay, there we go. All right. So tell me. Let me change. Oh, Emily said the same thing. Thank you, Miss Emily. Thank you for loving my glasses. All right. So we're gonna get to it. So let's talk about the obvious. First of all, again, I always like to put this disclaimer on when I do these because when I show up as the chief noisemaker, it is my job to just present the headlines and make you aware. I do my best to keep my opinions out of it. So this is not about right, wrong, what you think, your belief system, anything like that. But I did find this interesting that CVS and Rite Aid and some other pharmacies are limiting the morning after pill to avoid the shortages, because of after Roe versus Wade, and we know that that automatically triggered in some states that abortions are illegal. So they saw an uptick in the morning after pill. So I'm not really sure. I just thought it was interesting, and I wanted to bring it to the attention of like my gynecologists, my health experts. Like I was in a group today, and I saw something from somebody saying if you're going to terminate your pregnancy, do it in a natural way by using herbs and things like that. And so I am just putting it out there for you to talk about whichever side that you're on. Is the morning after pill safe? What are some of the, now that we're seeing a rise in the purchasing of it, what are the ramifications that need to be put out there, and the warnings, like, making sure you don't just use it as birth control. Like, and I'm just making that up. I'm thinking that's what I've heard, but I just wanted to put that out there for what are the health aspects of using this drug, and under what conditions, and what can you expect. Like, at the end of the day, health is paramount, right? Regardless of how you feel about it, health is paramount. So if people are going to be taking it, then it is your responsibility. Hey, my Andrea, it is your responsibility. Andrea, you didn't respond to me last night when I asked you if you were busy. So I'm mad at you. I don't want to talk to you right now. So I just want you to be aware that that is what came up for me as soon as I saw that headline. All right. Let me see. Next up. Oh, okay. So we missed it this time around because Valerie says, I'm surprised they didn't ban the morning after pill. I mean, that right there could be an angle right there as to somebody breaking down perhaps why they didn't. Again, I'm going to keep repeating it. This is not about my opinions or what I believe. This is simply about supporting you guys on your journey of media. Okay. So Valerie, that could be an aspect that someone addresses. What was I going to say? Oh, so we missed it today because I wasn't ahead of the game. Kind of been busy because somebody stole my car. I was laughing at somebody today and yesterday, and he had a heart attack. So now everything is, because I had a heart attack. So everything that he doesn't do right is because I had a heart attack. So I had him laughing. Like everything now for me is, my car was stolen. So I didn't pick this up earlier, but for next year, for 2023, Celsi TV says it's FDA approved. They couldn't ban it just yet. I guess in response to Valerie. So if you are a natural hair care person, next year I need you to jump on this. I need you to insert yourself into the conversation, because now we're at a point where it's being passed. The law, the Crown Act, is being passed in 16 states now. I remember when it was the first, and I was like, yo, this is crazy, where we have to pass a law for people to leave our hair alone. But whatever aspect that you deal with natural hair, by all means, I need you to jump on this for next year. So put this on your calendar. That's why I wanted to bring that up. Okay, so this one, it was just so cute. And at first I was just going to show it to y'all just because it was cute. But then I thought about an angle. So it's only like a 20-second video. So I'm going to, please don't tell me that I went back too far now. It's going to have to reset. Hold on. It's not playing. Come on. Come on. Hold on. Okay, wait. It's buffering. It looks like it's buffering. Okay, stand by. It's buffering. It's buffering. It's buffering. It's buffering. Shouldn't be buffering that long. Let me refresh the page. There it is. So at first I just thought this was a cute video. I'll play it again, but put it so you can see it. What if you missed what was happening? So basically, you know, the toddler, as toddlers are, she wanted the raisins. She wanted Raisin Bran because she wanted raisins, but she only wanted the raisin. That's typical toddler behavior. So what I was thinking is this would be a cute segment for parenting people, like fun ways, you know, fun tips and tricks, or even, oh wait, this one just came to me, even just compiling a segment of toddler funny moments of what parents can do. But for me, the segment came to me as tricks to get your toddler to eat, you know, because we're coming up on summer. You know, it's just a fun, light-hearted segment, not meant to be, you know, taken seriously. But if you are like a mom blogger or a parenting person, just tricks and tips to get your toddler to eat. But I can also kind of just see this as a cute little, like this website just shows cute videos or happy videos, like just doing a segment, you know, that could be turning into a regular segment in some of the lower markets that are hurting for creative segments, is just how can you get your toddlers to eat, or even you know, doing a challenge or something. Hey Farah, she says she late, but she in the building for the YouTube crew. But just something cute around that you know, it could, oh, that's what I was going to say, you know, do a section or a segment around like how to get your baby to eat green beans this week, or how to get your baby to eat squash this week, and just turn it into a, you know, ongoing segment. That was my thought about that for my mommy vloggers and parenting folks. Okay, so there's that. Now those are only headlines I wanted to cover because I wanted to spend a little more time digging into some things that I want to teach. So, how many of you have seen this headline, especially if you're on TikTok? How many of you have seen this? So, I have seen so many, and hear me out before y'all blast me, all right? Hear me out. Just listen to me. Because remember, my job is to present the media, right? My job is to position you the best way to put yourself out there in the media. So on TikTok, which I love TikTok, by the way, I learned so much about, I heard about it. Okay, so Farah says she heard about it. Farah, so have you seen all the videos that are blasting the New York Post about the headline? For those of you who have seen it, have you seen, like, folks are hot, you know, and when I'm saying folks, I'm talking about the folks that look like me, the black people. And it has taken all of me not to be in, you know, people's news feeds and timelines. Um, but I want to show you they changed it, because, and I think New York Post bowed to the pressure, because the original, let me see, the original, oh shoot, it's closed, so hold on, let me find it. Hold on. Okay, so let me see, because I just realized that they changed it. I'm trying to find. Oh, okay. So you see the line here. So the original headline was laid off factory worker unseats Charlie D'Amelio, I think that's how you pronounce her name, as top TikTok star with 142 million fans. Now, here's what I thought immediately when I saw the headline. The fact that nobody, I don't want to say nobody because 142 people follow him. That's not what I mean. But in general, we don't know his name. So hold on, Bianca. Hold on. See, you're already hot. Hold on, Bianca. Before you get hot, I need you to hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Because I need you to think from a media perspective. Nobody really knows, the mass population doesn't know his name, right? What would make you click on Kabi or Kabe Lane at LeMay? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but just go with me. So I'm going with Kabi first. So what would make you want to click on that article, but for it says laid off factory worker? That's because Andrew goes, why even mention his employment status? Because it's designed to get you to open the article. If it said Kabe LeMay unseats the such and such and such and such on TikTok, would that be as fascinating to the people who don't know him? I knew his story. So I thought the headline was good from a media perspective. And I'm not saying that this was the intention or not the intention. I'm presenting the case of how I want you guys to look at it before. I need you to think it through from a media perspective before we go into because Andrew, why not say his name? Because in the headline, the way the headline is written, she is the top star. She was famous for TikTok. But what kind of, this is an underdog headline. Now, I want to qualify again. I'm not saying that it wasn't racist or not racist. I don't know the intention of the person who wrote about it. I don't. And got you, Miss Barbara. Don't let me forget. So what I'm saying to you is consider it differently. Would people who are not familiar with this story or who don't, or not even fans on TikTok, click on Kabi LeMay unseats whatever her name is, Charlie? But because it's laid off factory worker, I'm leaning in like, yo, that's a good story. That's a good underdog story. Let me click on, I want to know more about him. How did he go from a laid off factory worker to a TikTok star? But because I had been following him, I knew I was following him when he was like at 1 million because I had come across his story of how he started even doing TikTok, because that was his story. Like, he got laid off, pandemic hit, he didn't have a job, so he started making TikToks. Now, not only is he, did he unseat Charlie? Emily says, I would click on laid off factory worker. That's what I'm saying. I want you to just think about it for a moment from a media perspective, y'all. Not from, we know we live in a country, we know that, but not everything is intended to be, down in us. This, and I'm not saying he's the person, the article, the headline writer is not racist. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying take a beat and think it through. The job of these headline creators, the job of these people writing these articles is to get you to click on the article. And here's the lesson. That's how I want y'all to write your subject lines. I've spent 2 modules on pitching in my Media Mavericks Master's course. And we talk about, you got to get the subject email line to the point where the producer wants to click on the email. So like you hear me say, like when I was pitching domestic violence, 5 signs you're sleeping next to crazy. You want to open that. I don't care what, it ends up being about, but you want to get them to open it. Celsi TV says, I think you are right. I don't know his name. Thank you. That's all I'm getting ready. That's all the point I'm making. I think you're right. I don't know his name. So I would keep scrolling is what Celsi TV is saying. That's it. So, but there were, Lord, whole think pieces, videos for days on TikTok of people coming after the New York Post. And I'm sitting here going, well, I don't see it that way. I see it as a headline that got me to open up. They open up the article. Danielle says, could it black man versus white woman? That's what I'm saying. The headline is designed is just to get you to open the article. That really is what it's designed to do. I don't know the intention. I don't know. But to me, I couldn't jump to the fact that it was racist because it was a good headline. And I'm getting ready to give you another one that people were mad about so you can see what I'm saying. Andrea says, it uncomfortably reminds me of when we commit a crime. They search our social media for the worst pic they can find. For them, it's always a graduation pic, even if it's kindergarten graduation. I hear you, though. Yes, that's all. I'm not dismissing the feelings it brings for us. Hey, Stacy from HGC. I'm not dismissing any of that. My job is to teach y'all to think differently. So Bianca, if you still here and you ain't mad at me, that's it. That's all I wanted to do was just say, to give you a different way to look at this. Cheryl says, but even those who complained and came after the New York Post steered traffic to New York Post, a win for them too. Yep. That's exactly, yep. Listen, we are distracted. We got all kinds of ways to get information. Any media company is hurting for people to come to their site. So they've got to think about the headlines, because if you don't like, and I forget who it was saying, it's like, I would have kept scrolling because I don't know his name. If I don't care about TikTok, I don't necessarily care about who unseating who, but I do care about a factory worker who came with 100 and notice what they made sure to put in the headline. And the opening sentence is 142 million. That's a lot of people. But in the immediate headline, look at the original headline: laid off factory worker unseats Charli D'Amelio as top TikTok star with 142. That was a smart headline, because even then, it wasn't she just unseats Charli. They show you 142 million is following this laid off factory worker. Okay, now I'm gonna show you another one that people were hot. People were hot at me when I brought it up, but I'm like, you gotta just take, if you're going into media, you gotta think like the media. So, and I use this as an example in Media Mavericks, the course, but people were the same way over this. Ex-con hailed a hero for skipping job interview to save car crash victim. It's the right thing to do. Baby, when I tell you, folks were hot at that headline. Because I remember seeing people going, imagine being a hero and you are diminished to ex-con. Now, would y'all have, going back, who was that that said they would have kept Celsi TV? Would you have kept scrolling if you saw Aaron Tucker hailed a hero for skipping job interview to save car crash? Would you really have stuck? Immediately when you see ex-con, you know this person has some marks against them that could hinder them. They landed a job interview, but yet they still stopped to help someone else. I want to read that. I want to know what kind of person that person is. Then I want to know, well, did he get the job? Hopefully the employer still got the job, versus Aaron Tucker, hailed a hero. The job of the media is to get you to read their articles. Say it, somebody with me. Come on. Don't be mad at me. I'm just showing you the other side of this. This was a good headline. Bianca's like, I hear you. Still mad at you. It's still, a good headline for me to read. It makes me want to read the article, versus Aaron Tucker was hailed a hero. Andrew says they put all his business in the streets. But because of it, now the employer knows. And actually the article went on to say, the article went on to say that he got the job, especially when it made news. He got the job. So Celsius says, yep, the headline needs the ex-con delineation. And so can you see how everything is not necessarily, somebody just being racist, dismissive? I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying I want y'all to think it through before you get up in arms and get your blood pressure up, because yes, it was so great he got the job. So, and then he actually, I think, if I remember correctly, when I was originally studying it, he actually got several job offers. Because why wouldn't you want someone who they desperately needed a job? And they still stopped to help somebody. They didn't think of themselves. That's why that headline was necessary. Andrea says, this is why the world needs your voice. Thank you, my Andrea. So the third one, okay, don't y'all be throwing shoes at my head. Celsius says he can use the article for his own personal brand. I would, because that would be on my business card. I saved a man in a car crash. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, it really shows his character. So just think differently. Cheryl says that company can now wear the badge of giving opportunities to ex-cons if they discriminated against someone the week prior with no fanfare. Yep. Now y'all thinking. So don't be mad at me. I'm just saying, when you read a headline, look past it. And understand it could be racist, it's not, but just make sure you look at the headline and what it's meaning to do. Now, if he had said some, monkey-looking man hailed a hero for skipping, okay, now we got a problem. Maybe we got a problem. But ex-con, that's what makes people want to lean in and just see good in the world. And the last one I want to cover, Lord, y'all, don't throw no shoes at my head, but my job is just to kind of give you an alternative way of looking at things, okay? So before I show it to you, because Bianca may disconnect after she hear me talk about this and not want to hear the lesson in it, because all I'm saying, this is the lesson. I don't agree. I don't know. I'm not sure. However, remember that I teach you that when someone is quoted or something breaks out, if they're quoted, try to go find the source so you can read it in context. If it's an audio soundbite, make sure you go listen. No, Andrew, we can talk about the Burger King story. That was on my list, but I wanted to make sure that I covered these first. Yes, fair, a headline warning. Well, it's not the headline. Remember, I teach you to go listen to everything in context and listen to it with, what do you call it when you don't take a side? A neutral. Walmart sold out the Juneteenth flavored ice cream after people complained and went to the press. Well, That doesn't surprise us. But just, okay, I'm going to show it to y'all, okay? Okay, so I want you to just take the lesson and just hear, just look at it with an open point of view that, okay, so I'm going to, for those of you who may not have heard it, I'm talking about this bite from this lady at a Trump rally. And remember, I've talked to you guys about there are times where the liberal media has presented, Lord, I feel like y'all just gonna go off on me now. But where the liberal media has taken things Trump has said out of context to make it seem, that he said, meaning this. And when I went and listened to the whole thing in context, that's not what it was. And I ain't saying that he ain't said some crazy stuff. That's not what this is about. But it's just listening to the whole context, okay? So I'm going to play it.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
Now, listen to it again.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
Now, my point for using this is when Farrah says, this made me laugh. I don't think that she meant white life. I could be wrong. But my point is, how many times have you said something and you stuttered? It came out wrong. You didn't even realize you said it, but somebody said, oh, you meant such and such. And you're like, oh, what did I say? Oh, yeah. So, listen, okay, I'm not going to keep playing it, but just listen to the intonation of how she said it. I personally think she meant to say right to life. Now, I ain't saying I know either way. That ain't what this is about. The point I'm making is make sure you listen to everything in context. And when I listened to that, like I saw social media blow up, I saw it printed, and I'm just like, did somebody really say white life? Like, did they really, really say that out loud in front, intentionally? When I went and looked at, no, I'm not going to play it a third time unless y'all want me to play it a third time. You got to tell me if you want me to play it a third time. But when I listen to it myself, I know I have done that. I know I have said the wrong thing. Now, you can feel the way you feel. You can think the way you think. The point of me bringing this up is just to make sure if you leverage this, you use this, you talk about this, that you actually can stand behind what we think she said. That's the whole point of me bringing this up. This was a perfect example of going to listen in context. Farrah says, I think it was a Freudian slip, but I have a feeling she has a white life somewhere before. Okay, I ain't saying nothing. Okay, so Cassandra says it's kind of hard to tell, but leaning towards white life. Yes, I don't dispute that she didn't say white life. That's not the issue for me. The issue for me is, did she mean to say right to life or something like that? That's all I'm saying. If you're going to talk about it and put her on blast, just make sure you can stand behind it. Because I watch liberal media, I watch conservative media. They both do the same thing to each other. It ain't just Fox News and Trump, and it's not just MSNBC. They do the same thing to each other. They will take something and they will run with it to make their point. So, see, Farrah says, I thought she meant to say White House. All I'm saying, if you're smart, you'll use it because it's controversial. What did Andrea say? You'll get lots of attention. Yep. I mean, because people blowing, going off about it. Fine. But I just want to make sure I bring it to y'all attention, because rocking with me and hooking your train to my caboose, we operate differently. We operate with, we're going to get the facts. Oh, yeah. Joy Reid has made a clip that Fox jumped all over it. Yep. And Joy Reid does the same thing to Fox. It goes both ways. So that's why, you got to get your media from other sources, because they're doing the same thing to each other, just as bad. So that's what I wanted to talk about. That's what I want to share with y'all for tonight. Anything else we got before we say goodnight? Stay tuned. I believe tomorrow the Moving Day Mafia website will be going up. Nadine says, my thought, Freudian slip. I would agree. I would agree with that. But just know we all have done it. So just make sure that before you persecute and go off on somebody and put yourself out there, make sure you're looking at yourself, that you've not done that too. You've not misspoken. I can clearly remember times where, on bingo or even here, Andrea has to correct me because I didn't realize what I said something wrong. So just all I'm saying, just be mindful of that. Okay. So Andrea said, this is why I love you, because I'm awesome. Tomorrow, Moving Day Mafia website will be going live, and I'm gonna need help. We got a lot going on. So if you feel called to me and helping me with this, please be looking for the website so that we can support 13 students. That's our goal for this first time out with the pilot, 13 students. And let me see. Oh, Kim trademark war. Okay, so let me go back because I forget what you asked me, Miss Barbara. Oh, what was it? Where did you ask me? What is your feeling about the trademark war between Kim Kardashian? Oh, speaking of Kim Kardashian, I didn't want to cover the headline, but she did a whole big birthday party for her 9-year-old North that was like a travel theme party. If you are an event planner, look at that. See how you can do a Kim Kardashian party on a budget. Remember, I told y'all, anytime the Kardashians do something, don't be mad at them. NEWSJACK it and use it for your brand. That's what happened with when she was doing the cornrows. A hairstylist, listened to what I said, pitched herself on how to rock the new Kim Kardashian look. She was on TV like in 48 hours, I think. Okay, so sorry. What is your feeling about the trademark war between Kim Kardashian and Lori Harvey on the skin versus skin? Maybe you can address it next week. No, I'll address it now. One, I'm not a trademark attorney, so I don't know. Two, I don't know much about it. I read the headlines, kind of just the beginning part of it, and it, from my understanding, it does seem like trademark infringement, because trademarking is, can it create confusion in the market? And for me, it does. But a trademark person should be jumping on this. Okay, if you understand this process, my trademark people, y'all should be jumping on this. Y'all should be putting it out there. What to look for, what's wrong, what can potentially happen in this trademark war. And is it a matter of who filed first? If it's the same thing, who filed first? And was it done maliciously, or were they in development at the same time? And so it's just happened. Okay, wait a minute. And there's a third woman involved also. Oh, Lord. Farrah says it's a lot. Yeah, I don't know the details. So this is a lesson for y'all. I'm limited on my speaking about it because I haven't seen it for myself. to dissect it for myself. Okay. Andrea is a former paralegal, not just who filed first, but you got to prove first use too. So that's the I have a question. I love your glasses, but why you so cute? Because my mama and my daddy got together and they liked each other enough to produce me. At least one time they liked each other enough, probably several, but I'm just saying they came together and decided that they were gonna produce me and be cute. uh well, Celsi, can you explain the new website initiative? Oh, absolutely, Celsi, great question. So Moving Day Mafia, I'm not sure how much you know about me, but I am a loud, proud, unapologetic, insufferable, will get on your last nerve graduate of the Howard University. See that? If I didn't knock you in the eyes with my boobs, of Howard University. And so I have a love for all things HBCU. I stand for HBCUs. And one of the first things that my crew and I did is we held a bingo. Who was that and says, and you personify a good time. um, but we held a bingo for the 2020 grads of HBCUs and managed to raise and give away over $1 million in cash and prizes to those grads who had had their graduation snatched. As such, being that I'm an unapologetic Jesus girl as well, my life is built around my one purpose, and that is to love on God's kids. So the next thing that we are doing is called the Move In Day Mafia. Stacy, to my HU pal. So it's called the Move In Day Mafia, and the Move In Day Mafia is an army of people who will deploy to HBCUs, and if just in case, I'm not sure if you're familiar with HBCUs, but it's historically Black colleges and universities. That's what HBCU means. But we will deploy to HBCUs around the country, and we will love and take care of and provide dorm room makeovers and shopping sprees and support for the freshmen who have aged out of the foster care. And so we're kicking off August 10th, so we don't have a lot of time. I did a Facebook Live. You should have a virtual party and take donations. Farrah, you want to coordinate that for me? Because I'm kind of over here busy with other stuff, but I love that idea and I would do it. Somebody else just got to coordinate it for me. So if you volunteering, I would take it. But we are going live tomorrow. And I'm telling my alumni group, yes. We're going live tomorrow because some people have asked me to use it as their, instead of birthday presents, they want to use Moving Day Mafia to be their charity. And we are 501c3 under Project Dreamlight. So our charity is called Project Dreamlight, and Moving Day Mafia is our first initiative that we're going to be doing. So that website is going to be blasting tomorrow. So by all means, if you I'll be sending out emails, as well as I may not send out email tomorrow because I got a whole bunch of stuff to do, but at least on social media we're going live with the website because we need money, we need resources, we need partnerships, because the goal is to not just take care of them freshman year, but monthly send them care packages to take care of their needs so they can focus on going to school. Because, can I show y'all something? Okay, now that we're done, you can tap out. But I want to show y'all, this is going to be on the website, but it really is what, why I was like, this has to go further than just freshman year. This is a video that came across my timeline and it just stopped me cold. So I just want to show you. It's only like 15 or 20 seconds. Oh wait, I can't share it in that window. I have to share it in order to do the cascades. But this jacked me up, and I'm gonna tell y'all why after you see it. Now let me go back and share my screen. Nadine says her hubby said, "Ain't you?" Tell him I said, "You know." On the BET Awards, when Puffy, when anybody said "Ain't you," I'm sitting in the living room by myself yelling, "You know." So, okay. So here's the little short video. Now I got to go back to the other screen so I can play it. But this is the video that really did me in when I saw this baby. There's no audio. I'm just going to let it play again so you can make sure you see all the words. So when I saw that, that just shook me because, oh, okay, so I'm just seeing that y'all said, can you read? Okay, so I'm gonna play it again and then I'll read it for you. Okay, so hold on. So sorry about that, y'all. So the first one is said she graduated, but no family came. But I went anyway because I earned this moment. Then she said, I graduated cum laude. And then she said, got my master's degree. And then this is the one where she says, seeing everyone take pictures with their family made me sad, but it was still a happy moment, is what the video said. And it was just something about when she held up, oh gosh, it still gets me. When she panned around and she saw people and then she took a selfie kind of by herself, I was like, not on my watch. Not on my watch will this baby, any baby like her from this point on, if I can do something about it, will experience this day by themselves. Because if you've ever done anything major, you want to be celebrated. You want to be loved on and doted on. So that is Moving Day Mafia, that by the time our babies get to senior year, there won't be silence after their name is called. They will be cheers because the Move-In Day Mafia has let these kids know that they matter. Because here's the thing, y'all. Oh gosh, Chelsea, this is all your fault for asking me to talk about it. Jesus. Because the fact is, y'all, 70% of foster care kids or kids in foster care dream of going to college. 50% of those kids end up having to go to jail at some point. 70% of the girls who age out end up getting pregnant before they're 21. And so that means that 3% actually go to college. But then that number decreases for graduation because it's a lot of stress. And, you know, when I was at Howard on Fridays, when I knew my mama got paid, I would call and say, Mom, can you put $50 in my account? And for those of you who have had support through everything that you are, you know, have done, they don't have that. They're on their own. And so in my research of talking to kids who have come out of the foster care who are at college, they're like, I spend a lot of time in the library or I spend a lot of time in my room because I don't have the money to go to parties and just have a life. And I know I loved my time at Howard. So, you know, if they want to even pledge, you know, I'm hoping that we can partner with some of the D9s so that, you know, we can create some kind of funds when these kids, they want to pledge and they just want to be a part. And so the whole goal is that they know that they matter. And when I tell y'all, Satan has been busy trying to prevent me from building this. And I finally decided, come hell or high water, this is going to get done. So Since y'all got me talking about it, we are going to announce tomorrow, but y'all get it first, that we're going, our first school, our first HBCU is Prairie View in Dallas, Texas. Not Prairie View, sorry, not Prairie View, Paul Quinn. Paul Quinn. One of my good friends went to Prairie View. It's Paul Quinn College in Dallas, Texas. And we're going to be supporting, the number God gave me was 13 freshmen. So I need help. I can't do this by myself like I, didn't do bingo by myself. And this is kind of how I did. I just put it out there. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm called to do. And God is going to do his thing. And he gave me 52 days, just like Nehemiah. He literally gave me 52 days to do it. And I want to be a part of miracles. I want to watch God do miracles for these babies. Because here's what I know, the opposition has been so strong against this. I would even argue it was stronger. It's stronger than what we came up against with HBCU bingo. That when I see this, I know in my heart that there is a child that's coming under us in Moving Day Mafia, that God has something great for them. And if Satan can take me out of the equation, which he's tried to do this year, he tried to have my life, then that creates a void of what I was supposed to build to be the shelter, to be the wall around this child. And he won't necessarily complete if I get taken out of the equation. And when I tell you, my whole life, Satan has been after my life. So, didn't mean to go there. Celty, is your fault for asking me. Shoot. Farrah says, thanks, TJ. Now let me go plan this virtual fundraising party. Baby, I would be so grateful because I'm dealing with all the other, stuff that goes along with having to, pull this off. And so we definitely going to need corporate partners. My next ask is for someone in corporate at the Container Store. If anybody can get to somebody in corporate at the Container Store, because I don't know, me and Nikki, who is the interior designer, who's going to be designing the rooms, because sometimes in many cases, this is going to be the first time these babies have their own space where they get to choose what their space is. And so they're going to need, organization things. So, the Container Store came to me, and then the subscription service called boxed.com. It's like a grocery subscription service, or like a Walmart subscription service. That's what it kind of is, where it just delivers. So I would love to partner with them. Cheryl says, so important, Teach, when DCFS kids would graduate from high school or college, random social workers, strangers to these kids, would attend just so that they would have someone cared about them. Whew. And we're need to connect you to DCFS here in LA and create a connection to other child welfare agencies across the country. Hold that thought, because Paul Quinn has a department that they serve this population. So because we don't have a lot of time, we're going to pull them from this particular department at Paul Quinn. Celsius says, so glad you shared the initiative with us. It's your fault that I'm crying. I wasn't supposed to be crying. I got to do videos after this. So Celsius says, feels like an HGTV moment. It actually is. I'm doing it as a TV show, because I'm not sure if you know, Celsius, but my first job is being a TV producer. Actually, I won an Emmy for my show on OWN called Homemade Simple. We won an Emmy for the season, one of the seasons that I was on. So, and if I don't know nothing else, I know how to do transformation decorating shows. I used to do Clean House with Niecy Nash as well. So for sure, we are turning this into a show. And I can't tell you, this huge global partner that I'm so close to getting them on board to helping me produce it as a show. So If you don't feel, if there's money is not how you can support, word of mouth is not how you can support, or services, I just need your prayers. Because like I said, the enemy is not happy. So we need our prayer warriors to be hitting up heaven for our protection and for the resources to be released from heaven to earth so we can get this. Farrah says, oh my God, I love, love, love Clean House. Yep, I did 1 or 2 seasons of Clean House. I can't remember. I did the episode where Niecy redid. I also did the episode where Niecy redid her mama's house. And so that was hilarious. Enjoyed doing that. All right, now can I count it down, Chelsea? And y'all got any more questions? Because y'all had me on here longer than I anticipated. High five, Sherelle. High five, honey. So can I count it down now? Can I go now before y'all got me crying again? In 10. 6 degrees of separation. I know someone that's worked with Kevin Hart and Kevin knows Tiffany. I'm going to shoot my shot. Girl, me and you both, because I've worked with Tiffany and I've worked with Kevin. So don't think that she ain't on our radar. You work your angle, I'm going to work mine. Okay, so in 10, 9, 8. Love your project, T. Sending prayers. Yes, Emily, that's what we need. 6, Delmar said I came in real late, so we'll watch the replay. Yes, Delmar, because nothing else. I really want you to pick up on these lessons. Farrah says, love you big, Teej. I love you too, Farrah. I'm so glad that you're in my orbit. Where was I? See, I just did it. See, remember we were talking about the white life, and I said orbit instead of orbit. See, told you. I don't know where I was. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See y'all next week. Mwah. See you, or some of you tomorrow over in Moving Day Mafia. Okay, bye.